Hey guys, glad to be back here. It's me, Jan Strandberg, aka Finnish Viking. Uh, a lot of updates, a lot of different things that we're going to be talking about in this video. It's been a while, it's been at least 3 weeks since we last did this. So bear with me if I have a lot of news, and bear with me if there's a lot of things that I want to be talking about. One bigger thing is going to be the Bitcoin halving. I'm going to speculate a little bit what's going to be happening. It's a big thing, and usually, remember, I'm going to show some graphs here, but usually before halving, there's like a bear market for at least 300 days to 450 days. And after that, we're going to be seeing probably a bull run for at least 300 to 450 days. What it means for me as an investor, and especially with the one that is usually investing in pre-sales, is that I don't want to be locked up or having any clips or tokens that are going to come out in January or February next year. I'm going to participate in pre-sales where the cliff is max 2 to 3 months or even less, and the token unlocks are going to be almost right away. Why is that? Is because usually after 350 days to 400 days, there's going to be a bear market coming back, and I want to be with liquid tokens, liquid cash, because I think there's going to be a lot of good, basically, opportunities where we can get. And just on that, hey, fantastic! I've been seeing more and more people coming into our Tier 5 community. There's a lot of founders, there's a lot of VCs, there's a lot of people that we know already, but a lot of new people also. So thank you everyone for supporting. I think the investments that we've done so far has been great, and there's a lot more to come. I'm going to be talking on some of these on this update, but overall we have 75 Tier 5 members in the community, which is fantastic. And soon to be, we'll have a new platform where we will have a little bit more streamlined everything. I think there's one big thing that I keep asked about is the single staking or locking up your tokens. We are driving to get that, but I don't think it's going to be on the first iteration. There's going to be some kind of lockup that we're going to be doing, but it's going to be on phase 2, and that phase 2 is going to also have hopefully OTC stuff. But yeah, I just want to be thankful. I think it's always nice to see the community being so active, and a lot of things to talk about, to be honest. On the OTC side, the volume is still going up. People keep asking, like, how do you track some of these deals and some of not? I have to say, during the last, let's say, 1 month, there hasn't really been a lot of deals happening. The sell and buy side are just so off. The valuations are so high, so the buyers are not there yet. But we're still seeing a lot of deals coming through, and I think there's a lot of opportunities that even the community could be going forward with. And another thing is crowdfunding. There's still ongoing conversations with SciSec, still a lot of paperwork. We did our application now, but now it's basically more papers again to be fulfilled. It's like you fill a little bit and then you get back a bunch of other things that you need to do. And it's been very hard, to be honest. Like the regulation in Europe is changing quite a lot. There's MICA coming up, which is basically a travel rule. And there's some other things that are happening because of the war. And that's basically delaying quite a lot of different things. Even in Switzerland and in other jurisdictions, we're starting to get a little bit more regulated than before, which is basically not the bad thing. But it's just hard for startups like us to get a little bit more support than we would need. Other than that, I'm happy to say we invested more than 620,000 so far in different pre-sales. And for people out there that want to invest in some of these deals, you basically need to have 42,000 AcquireFi tokens to get into these pre-sales. We will in the future give out some of the allocation also to lower tiers, but that's going to be when we get the new platform. So again, bear with us. But okay, let's go see a little bit about the market, what's been happening. So usually I don't really look at anything than daily or weekly. On the daily, we've been having a little bit choppy days, but we had months where we were basically just going up. So now when we have hit the new all-time high, basically on the 72, 74 mark, we have been consolidating. And this is totally normal. Like, think about it. There was a lot of green days here, a lot of bullish, and now we are having a little bit moment of consolidation, and we haven't really dropped below 60,000, which I'm really happy about. Sorry about my voice a little bit. I've been having flu lately, so just normal flu here. Anyway, so what will happen after the halving? I think it's gonna be a sell the news event a little bit. I could be wrong, but at least that's what I am expecting. So we would be having something like this, probably. We will go up a little bit, and then in 10 days or so, we will go a little bit down here. But after that, I think we will start going really up. And this is how I would trade the halving. I would expect that we will have a little bit dumping. If not, I'm very glad. Like, hey, wow, like if we can go all-time high right away, wow, that would be amazing. But yeah, I think there's another thing I wanted to show you, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna put the video off, but Ivan on Tech has been covering this pretty well. But basically, usually there's like 400 days, 400 to 350 days of bear market after the halving pump. So we've been now going through at least, I don't know, a little pump already. We did almost all-time high. But usually after the halving, and as you can see, there's usually a little bit dumping here. Same thing, a little bit dump, and then we go up. Same thing here, a little dump, then we go up. I will expect the same thing. We'll go a little bit dumping here, and then go up. But it's 480 days, the average. Let's say 480 days to 350 days of bull run. So again, if you're investing in pre-sales, you should watch out next January, next February. At least have your tokens coming out before that. That's how I'm going to be strategizing. And they're speculating here that Bitcoin would rise up to 147,000. I don't see it as not a possibility. Depends on how the war in Europe goes. I mean, macro, we're quite like escalating things, which is never good. And I think a double up would be possible for sure. So we would hit like 120, 130. But yeah, if you go to 150 UPU, I'm very happy. But we could still go and do a mega dump after the halving. Who knows? But at least from my side, like I see so much ETF flow. There's only 450 coins going to be mined after the halving. So there's going to be a huge supply shock. But again, who knows what will happen? But I just see the halving to be a very positive thing for crypto market overall. And I see also like more people deploying, people have more money. We're getting gains again, which is also happy days. Then on the Ethereum side at the moment, it's basically been the same thing. We've been almost hitting the all-time high here and now consolidating between 4,000 and 3,000. And as I said before, like I was very bullish in the beginning of the year. And why was that? Was because I was believing that finally the SEC would approve Ethereum ETF. But now there's more and more rumors basically coming in and saying like, hey, that's not going to be happening. And that ETF will come later on the year. And of course, what does it mean? It means the price of speculation is quite low. But I think it's still a great buy, to be honest. And I think the biggest gains are usually made when things are not going as expected. So on ETH, I would be buying still here. And of course, like BTC, I always buy. There's not a single day or a single week that you should not DCA. You will, in the long run, make a lot of money just by holding BTC. So at least that's my takes. Okay, but hey, anyway, let's go through a little bit like what projects we done lately. So Trailblaze was Launchpad that we invested in, and I just heard that they're gonna be having their IDO later this month and be launching their Launchpad. When we invested in them, they had only 5,000 followers, and they've been pretty much pumping up quite a lot. They have very good followers. They have very good KOLs. I think Trailblaze overall will be having quite a good, have very good projects that are going to be launching. And Ivan on Tech is also supporting them. So I don't see why they will not have good projects. And basically, we will also help them with some of the projects that we are investing in to introduce to them, which is kind of good thing. One very anticipated like pre-sale that we got in was Runes Terminal. So Runes is basically this new Bitcoin protocol or Bitcoin layer 2. People who don't understand what it means, it basically means that Runes is compatible with the EVMs. So that means that you can integrate your Runes token with MetaMask, and that means that the BTC ecosystem overall will grow quite a lot. I will see a lot of these plays coming in play. And people who don't know about Runes overall, Runes was basically made by Ordinals, by one of the Ordinal makers. And what's good about that is that you could not invest in them as a VC. You would have to basically so-called mine them or get their points, and it's going to be a community-based event. So they're going to be only dropping Runes tokens to people that have been farming and people that have been basically supporting Runes protocol itself. And Runes Terminal is basically another launchpad where people can get into different Runes-based projects. I'm very bullish on this, and why AcquireFi is investing in other launchpads is because of the deal flow. We have been very lucky because we are so integrated into different ecosystems that basically everybody are now starting to come to us. And this is what we wanted. This was one of our early strategies this year. Like, hey, we're going to be one of the number one seed and angel community-based VCs that are going to get into seed and angel rounds. I hope in the future we can make some raids, we can make some other things that how we can support these projects. But overall, like the strategy is to invest in different launchpads, in different ecosystems, and through that we get a lot of different feed and flow, and eventually we can invest in different things. Okay, but yeah, I'm very bullish on Runes Terminal. You guys should be watching out for them. Another one that we lately did was MICHI. People who don't know MICHI, it's basically a points marketplace. And as you guys know, people are now farming points like on EigenLayer. They're basically farming on a lot of different ecosystems. And one of the problems with these points is that they're not tradable before the TGE and so forth. So the OTC market has been pretty dry. And me and AcquireFi, someone that is doing OTC all the time, it's very hard to do these deals. And I'm glad that they did basically a protocol, or let's say an ecosystem where you can actually trade these points between each other. And it's basically a competitor to Whales Market. And people who don't know what Whales Market is, you can trade OTC pre-launch tokens. But what makes these guys different is because on whales market, you basically have to put your liquidity or put liquidity there to saying like, hey, I have these tokens. I have to put like, let's say I have 5,000 MICHI tokens, and I have to put stable coins there as collateral. And that's not really good. And if you're a big player, collateral and liquidity is everything. So you don't want to really put your stable coins here. And what MICHI does, MICHI basically gives you the opportunity to give your points away before the launch. And that's basically done with the NFT. But yeah, I'm super bullish, and I hope their launch will go well. We've been helping them behind the scenes, but yeah, they were oversubscribed already, which is pretty much now normal in this market. It's kind of funny. Okay, next one. Paladin's DAO. So we haven't really, I mean, we did Portal. Portal was really good. And I think investing in games is very hard because there's so many games that are going out, and someone that has been looking at the games market for a while, and I've been also investing in Web2 games, I know how hard it is to make a game that really lasts and that really gives returns. So my thesis is I invest in ecosystems or infrastructure. And Paladin's DAO is basically an infrastructure game. They will eventually have a own team that will play some of these Web3 games, but what they're basically building is Curve for gaming. So what does it mean? It's basically a Curve protocol, but for gaming. And why is it good for games? It's because it's very hard to acquire users. And what Paladin's DAO is trying to do is basically do like a platform where people can play and earn these tokens, but also like get extra tokens on top of that. So basically you would farm these tokens and provide LPs, and through that get gaming tokens even more. And they will do different games eventually, but we are very early here. I'm very interested in what they will do eventually. We will organize an AMA with them, and hopefully you guys will get more understanding what they're actually building. Another one that we recently did, and this is going mental. Almost every VC is now talking about them. Their followers are absolutely crazy because there's also like very tier one influencers on board. I was lucky to be one of the KOLs or have our community invest in their Launchpad sale. And we're not, it's basically a Launchpad, but we are an ecosystem of helping different players with either OTC, token loans, or M&A. And I think this is something that they will eventually need. And a lot of people are asking, like, what is REDACTEDCOIN? I can tell you that it's related to NFTs and related to gaming. They want to keep it secret for their community's sake. And the founders that are doing this are very well known. They're very into gaming. They've been around from last bull runs, and their community itself is very big. Redacted overall is going to be, I'm not going to promise, but I think it's going to do really, really well, just like Portal did, because they are doing a very well they're doing very well on marketing because everybody are basically talking about them. Yeah, well, there's my picture. But anyway, I was very happy to get AcquireFi there because it was oversold everywhere. Every round was basically fully done, and AcquireFi got a piece of that, which is absolutely fantastic. Other than that, I'm getting these questions constantly on community, and I want to basically dedicate a little bit of time to answer some of these. So one of the questions we get usually is that, hey, what are the other tiers getting as like what are they getting? So if you're a tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, you're still going to be getting once we start burning a little bit more tokens, or once we started, the token is going to basically get some more value. And once we get the new platform, we are gonna be giving out some of the allocation also to different tiers. At the moment, why we wanted to go with only giving tier 5 members the opportunities, because these guys have been basically giving us support from the start, and we listen to them, we respect them, and I think it's a fair deal for everyone. At the moment, we're still one of the cheapest out there. Like if you want to participate in seed and angel rounds, we are basically the cheapest. And I think if you are a tier 4, tier 3 member, this is not financial advice, but at least from a financial perspective, it's very cheap to get into tier 5 yet. So people out there, I would still say it's a good buy. I'm going to be showing probably a little bit the new platform. It looks very basic, but behind the scenes, it's already almost done. There's a lot of things that you can do already. Connect MetaMask. You will have your own offers. You will have offer details, order history. Everything that we do now manually will basically be here. Allocation calculators and OTC will come probably on the phase 2. My account, you can verify yourself. Once you're verified, you don't have to go the process again, which we are doing with the form. And secondly, you will see all your different allocations here. Things are getting better, trust me. And people are asking quite a lot of things like, hey, why are you guys not adding liquidity, or why are you guys not doing marketing at the moment? At the moment, we have huge expenses on legal because we have the crowdfunding license that we're doing. Secondly, we wanted to build this platform that will take some money from us. And overall, like having liquidity, we're thinking about that. But when we do these pre-sales at the moment and we take a 10% carry, we're not putting it right away. I mean, these tokens haven't even launched, so we can't really put anything on liquidity. But once they are out, we will put some percentage there. But at the moment, we still need some revenue to just keep us alive, just to keep us going. We're still a business, and people need to understand, like, hey, we also need to get something out of this. We have different people working on this, and we just try to minimize the cost what we have and give you guys as much as possible. But that means also, like, hey, some things are just delayed a little bit more. And once, for example, the platform is going to be on phase 2, that money will then go into liquidity and other things. But I think getting our ecosystem and platform in place, getting the crowdfunding license is something that we need to be striving on. And we've been getting lately also more and more questions from VCs like, hey, do you guys want to have funds? We might do another fundraise. We will see what we'll decide, but things are actually looking pretty good on the revenue side and also on the partnership side. And I'm really, really glad of our community. I understand that, hey, people are sometimes a little bit salty, especially as the price goes up or down. But yeah, we are working on this, and we're also working on different marketing partnerships. One of them will come out in the end of the week, and that's going to be more on the Asian side. But it's quite a big, let's say, event that is coming up here in Indonesia, and we are one of the sponsors there. On the stocks and bonds, once we had a crowdfunding license, we can do equities, we can do different kind of equities. I'm not sure if we can do bonds yet, but stocks for sure. And hopefully we can bring some of the Web2 businesses on chain, and people can then get some yield. And again, like related to marketing and so forth, like we are doing it, but you can't really see it yet, but it's coming out there. We put aside the money. We're just looking for the right KOLs, and we might do some bigger partnerships with KOLs that will then promote us and be ecosystem partners. We are a small team yet, and we are striving to get our AcquireFi community happy. But yeah, overall, I'm very positive with everything. Things have been moving really well. I'm very happy that community is giving us updates, and I'm very bullish on things that we invested in so far. And again, this is just the start. Thank you. See you again probably in 1 week or 2 weeks. I might do these videos more if the community wants it, or if community wants me to go through more like how different ecosystem works. I'm happy to do these videos. But yeah, thank you guys.